Uh, Good afternoon. Morning for me. But had a great time last night at Trap Karaoke at game time. If you missed that, as usual, links right up there. But gotta get prepared for. We got two corporate events. One today, one tomorrow. So I'm gearing up for that. I just got done with my track list. Uh, they emailed me the last minute, let me know it was a themed event. So that's one thing I try to tell people: make sure you tell the DJs all the details of the event prior, so we can be prepared. So they're having like an 80s and 90s Motown kind of feel. So I just had to go through my music and make sure I want to accommodate those requests. So went ahead and did that. They said they want a little bit of old school, new school, some more urban audience, which is always good to let the DJ know too, because typically I just do just top 40, a little bit of everything. But yeah, so we're about to get to it. I'm about to pack up the car and get myself cleaned up. A little rough. Gotta be professional and head on out. Okay, one tip I wanted to share before I start packing up is I always save my sets from previous events over here using the listen advice and the playlist feature on Virtual DJ, because sometimes you'll run into the same situation or same scenario with different gigs. Like for this one, they wanted the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I know I did a party for Abnormal some years ago actually, and that's actually one of my favorite set lists that I like to turn to for small events like these, because there's a lot of music that I used during that set. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that one, and we're going to have fun with it. So I made sure to set up the background screens when people are singing. Well, not when they're singing, when they're not singing. So you have some kind of visual while the event's going on. There's your boy right there, dapper as always. So let's go ahead and get packed up and let's do it. All right, and we're off. Got all nice and cleaned up. We're headed to the Cincinnati Community Action Agency for their end of the year corporate party. And it's gonna be a good time. Like I said before, they're doing like a 80s, 90s Motown kind of feel. And actually almost forgot to bring my screen. Usually most of my events they provide a screen, or there's a screen already set up there. But I always have a screen to set up. And one thing I learned from karaoke, being a karaoke DJ, is to always have two of everything. So I had actually travel with two screens, just in case one just so happened to malfunction or break. A couple times I've arrived to a venue and the screen was completely cracked, and that's probably my fault, possibly. And I actually looked up a video on YouTube. It actually might not have even been cracked. It might have been just a filament error. You just have to tap it on the side. If I remember, I'll try to tag that video in case you have a flat screen that seems like it cracked, but it probably didn't. But it's too late because I already threw those screens away. But I did find some inexpensive screens, about 32 inches. Pretty good size for what I need for tonight. But I'll see you when we get there. All right, so we're here at the Cincinnati Hamilton County Community Action Agency. Back here behind me. Got everything loaded up inside, so now we just gotta park and run back in and set everything up. And already I've run into two people I grew up with, one from church and one from high school. And I'm trying to find a good parking spot. Nope, here's one. All the way in the back. I really do believe that there should be dedicated spots for DJs in places like reception halls and stuff like that, or at least vendors. You know, it wouldn't hurt. It's also why I like to show up early too, because it gives you time to figure out where everything is and gives you time to figure out any logistics that you didn't think about. As for like for here, it's on the second floor and you have to travel down a hallway and up an elevator to get to the room. So it takes a little bit longer for setup time. But let's get it. All right, so we're all set up and we got the music going. Whoops. We got the music going. They're eating right now, their dinner. So far they groove into it. They groove into it. Hold on.
Working for the man every night and day, but I never lost 1 minute of sleep. But I was worried about the way things might have been. Come on, y'all. Big wheels keep on turning, proud and keep on burning, and we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling. Yeah, we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling on the river, the river. You ready? Well, I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but I never lost 1 minute of sleep, worried about the way things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, proud never keep on burning, and we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Yeah, we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. If you up,
there's something wrong with me. Every time I'm alone with you, you be talking about you loving me. Hey, babe, that play blows my mind. Why don't we start turning? Why don't we stop wasting time? I had my share of love, but some say damn good. If you think you can turn me out, baby, I will set you up, 'cause you keep telling me and telling me, Saying I'm with you, I never thought. Really? Saying that you on the team. Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Yeah.
Alright, they just told me to go ratchet. I don't know. Breakdown time. You know what time it is for y'all DJs out there. Y'all know we hate this part because we had so much fun, so much energy. It's hard to stop, but you gotta stop. And I gotta break down and then go straight home and go to another party that's gonna start here in the next 3 hours. So let's get it. And that's that. Another successful gig. Now I gotta race home and prep for dinner tomorrow because I am the cook in this place, shit, believe it or not. Because I think it's damn flash drive. Like the one thing that I love more than DJing is cooking. I don't know why. Maybe it's like, you know, there it is. It's a gift that I haven't really explored, but I should. But another successful gig in the books. Throw some lights so y'all can see my face. Turn my hazards off, and we're off. So we're gonna run to the house and make sure my proteins are thawed out. How do I get out of here? And I wish I'd have known they had a second floor entryway and a flatbed. Would have definitely been able to utilize that. Can I get out this way? And we're gonna hit up another party for a new artist that's debuting this new single. And you know me, we gotta check out the new talent. That's the DJ's job. DJs out there, look, our jobs is to break music and to keep the dance floor going. Back in the day, record pools, it was all about giving the DJs that music, and if the DJs liked it, they played it, people liked it, and that's how people got on. So this is what we do. So deep down, yeah, it was a karaoke night, but deep down, I'm a DJ. So, whew, all right. Made it to the house. We're gonna take the essentials inside, leave the rest in the car because we're gonna need it first thing in the morning anyway. And a rule about DJing, you should never leave your stuff in the car. But when you're doing as many gigs as me and you live on the 3rd floor, sometimes you could really care less. So we're gonna run in here, prep for dinner tomorrow, and we're gonna relax until the missus gets home. You know what? I just realized I can't relax. I have to prep for tomorrow morning. And I gotta make sure I got the correct address. Yeah. I love this life.